In this video, I'm gonna give my reviews about China Eastern Airlines and my first impression upon entering the country of China. I departed San Francisco going to Bangkok. We had a technical stop in Qingdao, China, and continue on to Kunming on to Bangkok. Total flight time, 40 hours. It was a long flight, but it wasn't that bad. Now, from San Francisco, it took us about 13 hours to fly to Qingdao, China, that's south of Beijing. When getting on a plane, the second section in economy filled up pretty quickly. So there was a bunch of people back there. But the first section of economy, right behind the first class, didn't fill up all the way. In fact, a lot of those seats were empty, and you would see random people request to sit in those empty seats, and that's what I did. That's one good thing about China Eastern Airlines, is that you could change your seat if you want. Just simply ask one of the staff members and they'll see if they can accommodate you. See, the seat I was sitting in, although it was a window seat, I was sitting next to a big American just like me, so we was tightly scrunched up in there. The person who was sitting right in front of me actually reclined their seat onto me, so I couldn't work. I couldn't get on my tablet. I couldn't get on my laptop because the seat was just so small and uncomfortable. And I knew one of us was going to move, so I was the brave one to actually stand up and ask. And when you look over to the other seats to the left or whatever, I was sitting on the right side of the plane. You can see a bunch of other empty seats. You can see people just laying on the seats. You see kids standing on the seats. It's crazy. And what's funny about China Eastern Airlines, that they actually making an announcement telling people like, hey, you got to cooperate with one of our staff member requests. Please don't act crazy. It was a really weird announcement, but I noticed that every China Eastern Airline plane that I got on, they made this announcement. Once you land in China have you going through a whole bunch of stuff. First, they fingerprint you, which I did not like at all, because technically you're getting a one-day visa. Then you gotta fill out some kind of blue card. You gotta get that blue card before you enter the line, or else you're gonna have to go right back and get that blue card again, which is very, very annoying. Then after the technical stop, you gotta go through security again. You got to go through security once again, because technically you're exiting in Qingdao, and you got to go through security again. And they asked me where was I departing from, or where was I entering at, or something like that. I just put Kunming. Then when you get to Kunming and you get on the plane, of course you got to go through security once again, and you got to always have those cards. So China, the country of China, have you going through all types of stuff to enter their country. The food they feed you is very basic. They feed you about 2 times, but they bring over snacks every once in a blue moon. The snacks they bring over is usually full of carbs, bread. So you got croissants. They're always bringing around water and free juice. So you will be cool as far as that goes. If you change your seat, make sure to let them know to change over your meal as well. I ordered a vegetarian oriental meal, but the guy bought me some chicken. And when I bit into it, I'm like, hold on, is this, wait. Is this tofu pretending to be chicken? Because this tastes just like real chicken. Sure enough, it was real chicken. So I had just a little bit of chicken out. And I asked the flight attendant just to be sure, hey man, is this chicken? He was like, yeah. I'm like, wow. When I entered the Qingdao airport, I think it was the Qingdao airport or Kunming, one of them, we got to this area and there was nobody there to direct us to where to go. So, we were confused. It was me and a couple other people just kind of walking around trying to find our way. And every door we came up on, it was locked. It was as if we was in an escape room or a quarantine movie or something. We couldn't get out of this place, man. I started to get scared. And eventually I exited and continue on through. You get to Kunming, they have traditional toilets that we're used to, in the United States. But when you get to Qingdao and you fly into, this other airport or whatever, they have toilets in the floor. That's right. Let me say it again. They have toilets embedded into the floor. So I'm standing up and I don't know what to do. I'm like, do I squat down? Is this even sanitary? So I'm standing up
You gotta scan your
and
fingerprints.
I have no idea how to use this toilet. When I get to Kunming and I see like one of those toilets for, wheelchair accessible, then I just asked the lady if I can go ahead and use that bathroom, not knowing that the rest of the toilets in there was traditional toilets. Another thing is you won't find any toilet paper, so you can't wipe yourself. So I don't know how you're going to get past that. This part of the world or that part of the world, use no toilet paper for what? Clean yourself or whatever. So that's going to kind of throw you for a loop. So good luck. Swap it. Another thing I found interesting was the water system. When you pull down the cup to get some water, because they don't have traditional water fountains, they have like a water machine to purify the H2O for you. They have hot on one side and warm on the other. So hot is for when you got cups of noodles and you want to put some hot water on your noodles and whatever. And the other is warm. Now, of course, you don't want to drink any warm water, but the fact of the matter is it's a mistake, a grammatical mistake. They mean cold. So we had a layover in Kunming for about 13 hours, and you kind of just lay around the airport. You can go all the way to the end, which is K. So the section that's labeled, I think it's K, that's where they have the chargers. When you're using that machine, look for the lights that are green, showing you they are accessible, because some of those slots do not work. Now, when I finally get up, they had this little robot machine. You kind of tell it where you want to go or what you wanted to do, and it would bring up the information. So I just thought that was some new age technology that you only find in China.
Something to eat that accept American money.
This is a difficult problem for me. Please consult the staff on the spot.
All right.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. Punk.
Another thing is that you see these vending machines all over the place. You can find these in Japan as well, and they actually sell food.
All over the place.
These right here in China, they have SIM cards. Yeah. So they have SIM cards, Thailand, China, wherever you want to go. You can buy a SIM card, put it in your phone, and voila, just use it in whatever country you're going to. Another thing about China Eastern Airlines as well is that sometimes you're not going to exit a regular ramp. You got to actually go down a ladder and hop on a bus where everybody on the plane piles onto your shoulder to shoulder, and then they take you to another ramp where you got to go up the stairs and then go to the main portion. Now, the flight from Kunming to Bangkok was very short, about 2 hours. Another thing, if you want to find the charging station, it's right under your seat, okay? It got like a green light. You can't see it if you bend it down, but you can feel for it. So if you're sitting in the aisle seat, you're gonna feel to the right. And if you sit in the window seat, you're gonna feel to the left. And that's where you can plug your devices. Had a lot of excited people, man. Every time I get on the plane going to Thailand, you have a group of excited people because, of course, it's party central, I guess. There we go, landing in Bangkok. So the trip was so-so, man. I mean, taking off and landing 3 times. So overall, the flight it was okay. It wasn't that bad for $200. Definitely worth the price. You gotta understand, this is the high season in Thailand, so everything is like expensive. So sometimes when you find those cheap tickets like that, it's the high season. Everybody is going there, and they want more people to come there, so they'll drop the price.